It's just not natural. Even people who have a lot of mental fortitude, but they might have different like physical abilities, they're still a lot stronger because they got their mind in check. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who are fully able-bodied with a weak mind and it shows up in their body. Get into it.
5 shows made 3 million a week. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the best.
Welcome back, bestie. I'm Lola Shell, and together we're becoming the best, aka our best selves, this year and every year. The best are never the best by themselves, and you shouldn't be either. If you haven't already, be sure to join the best here on YouTube by hitting that subscribe button and add your bestie by liking and sharing this with someone that you want the best for. Now, grab your water and let's go. Hey, okay, so I'm getting ready to do my makeup. I am going to put on my primer. I know y'all see the last little bit of this, but while I'm doing that, I'm actually gonna walk you guys through the 5 things that nobody tells you that makes becoming your best self actually possible. Let's get into it. I am a full-time model, which means I make my money, I pay Uncle Sam, I pay myself, all through my modeling jobs, right? Now, while this is sitting for the next 5 minutes, I'm gonna really show you how that prepared me to actually understand the soft skills that nobody really tells you about, right? So just like in modeling, you wanna be more bookable. You want to get more out of life. You wanna be a better version of yourself. But there are small things that happen outside of being in front of the camera, outside of showing up in your life, that make showing up in your life and showing up in front of the camera much easier for you. But again, nobody tells you about that. As a model, I teach this to models all the time. But in life, people are a lot more secretive about it, okay? So just like in modeling, things like making sure your hair is always together, getting your nails done, getting facials, making sure that you are keeping up your physical appearance. All those things are things you do outside of the actual shoot, the actual booking, but make the shoot and the booking very possible. So in life, when it comes to becoming your best self, there are small things that nobody says, nobody brings up, nobody pinpoints in all these videos that actually makes showing up, being your best self consistently actually possible. Let's get into step number 1. Skill number 1 that you need is actually spiritual. So you know that whole quote, where the head goes, the body will follow? Well, your spiritual is the head of your head, okay? Get into it really quick, right? Not to be all woo-woo, but this is where I have to start out because until I got my spiritual in check, nothing else worked out for me. And I am a Jesus girl, just to put that out there. But whatever you subscribe to, having a spiritual compass, having something that really guides your soul is going to make everything else in your life, in the actual physical world, so much easier for you. Now, if you're wondering, how do I build this? For me, okay, what's worked for me in building myself spiritually is prayer, clearly, meditation. I always tell people prayer is you talking to God. Meditation is you listening. Get into it. Another one that's really good is journaling. If you haven't already, it's really, really helpful. The next skill that you want, skill number 2, is your mental, right? You want to build up mental skills because once you have the head of your head in check, it makes it easier for you to focus on your actual mental health, okay? Now, granted, you can always build this skill slowly but surely through things like therapy, through reading, through journaling, through learning a new skill. All these things are great at building your mental blocks for a better you, okay? Especially once you're in tune with what drives you, like for your soul and for your spirit, it makes it a lot easier to see where you should be putting your mental efforts and honestly, where the gaps are in your mental efforts as well. The third skill that you need shouldn't come as any surprise, but it's physical. Once you have your head of your head and your head actually put in order, there's no such thing, and it naturally does not occur, of having a strong mind and a weak body. Okay, it's just not natural. Even people who have a lot of mental fortitude, but they might have different like physical abilities, they're still a lot stronger because they got their mind in check. You get what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people who are fully able-bodied with a weak mind and it shows up in their body. Get into it. Now, if you're trying to, upgrade and be the best with your physical, right? You want to build a skill that helps you with that. You're going to want to do things like stretching or yoga daily. Take a class at the gym. Go on a hot girl walk. Move your body and make it consistent. It doesn't have to be hard. It just has to be consistent. That's the real secret to becoming the best. You get me? Skill number 4 that you want to actually have is none other than your finances, baby. Just like it's unnatural to have a strong mind and a weak body, so is it unnatural to have richness in your mind, in your body, but not in your finances. It's unnatural, to be quite honest with you, okay? So if you're trying to build up your skills financially, you can do this very simply. Number 1, you could just start by seeing what money is coming in and what money is going out. It's real simple. Your bank tells you, okay? Another thing you could do is write down on real paper with real pencil what your financial goals actually are. It doesn't have to be $1 million. It could be, hey, I want to save an extra $1,000 this month. I want to start a new business. It could be anything, but if you never write it down, how would you know? Okay? These are just small skills that you can do to actually build up your financial skills. The 5th skill that you need to actually become your best self is your give back. Okay, what's the point of becoming this super, ultra, mega, amazing version of yourself if you don't actually give some of that to other people? What's the point? Okay, now if this is a skill that you've never thought of before, it's really easy to build, okay? You can do this by doing an automated donation to a cause that's near and dear to you. You could do this by volunteering. You could do this by just doing random acts of kindness on a daily basis. But when you become the best version of yourself, it becomes so much easier to share it with other people, to pour into other people's cup, especially after you filled your own. And trust me, a little bit goes a long way. So don't sleep on this skill. That's all for today, besties. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment your best tip below. Remember, the best is yet to come. See you on the next one.